Lesson 13.12, converting hyperbolas into conic form. This is the hardest one to do, but it's not really that much different than how we did ellipses because the conic forms of them are very similar. The only difference is it's got subtraction between them. So whatever x squared term is negative, we always want to arrange it so that's at the end. So sometimes that can be the y squared term, sometimes it can be the x squared term. In the first one, I see that the x squared term is positive, so I'll leave it coming first, and it'll end up looking like this first one. So I just want to rearrange the terms. I've got my 25x squared, then my plus 200x. I don't want to put plus blank yet. Remember, not until this becomes a 1. I'm just rearranging. Then I'll do my negative 16y squared, my plus 192y, and then always move the constant over, so that's positive 576. Then I want to factor out the 25. So that'll leave me with x squared plus 25 goes into 208 times plus blank. I'm going to go ahead and complete the square here. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 squared is 16. Then take out a negative 16 here. And that would leave me with y squared minus, I don't know what, 192 divided by 16 is 12. So minus 12y plus blank. Let's go ahead and finish that, or complete the square on that one. That would be negative 12 divided by 2 is negative 6. Squared is 36. Equals 576 plus blank plus blank. Remember, I'm not really just adding a 16 here. It's whatever 25 times 16 is, which is 400. And I'm not really adding a 36 here. I'm adding whatever negative 16 times 36 is, which is negative 576. I like it because then positive and negative will cancel out. I have 25 times something squared. This would be x plus 4 quantity squared minus 16 times y minus 6 quantity squared equals 400. And then all I want to do is make that 1. So I'm going to divide by 400 here and here and here. 400 divided by 25 should be 16. Yep, so this is 1/16. So I have x plus 4 quantity squared on top over 16 minus, this should be then a 25th. Remember, we said this is going to create a fact family where these two numbers multiply to make the denominator. Let's check. It does. So minus, this becomes a 1 over 25 equals 1. And then I'm done. That would allow me to pick out the center. It would allow me to know that my parabola, not my parabola, but my hyperbolas open left and right, and I could get the vertices and the co-vertices. All right, number 2, see how the x squared term this time is negative? So I'm actually going to put that after the y terms. So that would be like this one, where I'm going to have the y squared in the y and then the minus the x stuff. So to rearrange this one, I'm going to put the 64 y squared minus 1024y, not plus blank yet, and then minus 81 x squared plus 324x. Move the constant over, so that's 1412. Now take out a 64, so that's y squared minus 16y. 16 divided by 2 is 8 squared is 64. Ooh, that's going to be big. And then minus, take out an 81. 324 divided by 81 is going to be 4. That'd be negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2 squared is 4. Guess that number's pretty big though. Okay, so then I'm not really adding 64, I'm adding whatever 64 times 64 is, which is 4096. And whatever negative 81 times 4 is, which is negative 324. Okay, and then that makes 5,184. Just gonna check real quick. That should be what 64 times 81 is. Okay, all right, that just seemed really big. Okay, 64 times, that would be y minus 8 quantity squared minus 81 times x minus 2 quantity squared, and then divide by 5,184. So again, that should be a 1 over 81. So we get y minus 8 quantity squared over 81 minus, that should be a 64. Ooh, I don't really mean to write a 1. X minus 2 quantity squared over 64 equals 1. Whew. Okay, so that means that yes, it would open up and down. And then that would tell me the vertices and the co-vertices, and then you would be done.